YouTube. YouTube. What's going on YouTube?
I know. Let's see what's going on.
I think I'm checking on the back end. Give me a second. No, yeah, YouTube live. All right, ready?
No YouTube live? No YouTube live?
YouTube live. We know it doesn't say it is. It's live.
All right, cool.
So in 3, 2.
On June 11th marks my 5-year at What's a Mortgage, and I'm about to make an announcement that I've never said in front of anybody. I am absolutely wrong about the housing market. Redfin has announced that home buyers have regained control. The market is turning, it's crashing, and I want to be the first to admit that I am wrong. I got this article today from a viewer and said, Min, I think it's finally time for me to buy a house. I can't wait to ask the seller for a price reduction. I can't wait to ask the seller to cover all my closing costs because prices are coming down and I have the power. Guys, you guys know I am completely exaggerating. Of course, I got excited as well. Like, what? It's a buyer's market? Let me check this out. So when I got sent the article, I looked at the cover, or I looked at the title, I'm like, okay, that sounds exciting. Trust me, I want the market to crash as well. I want prices to go down and rates to go down because I need to buy another house. My son will not be able to afford a home in California unless I buy another home now and give him my home. So trust me. If you talk to any realtor, any lender, we don't want prices to go up because if prices come down, we have more buyers to put into escrow. But tonight we are going to find out if this article is right or wrong, or sometimes it is right, but you need to stop and read everything in the article. What's going on, guys? My name is Min Win with What's a Mortgage. Welcome to our channel. The goal of our channel is to simplify home ownership. If it's your first time tuning in, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe and notification button so you're notified every time we go live or post new content. We go live every Monday night on Facebook and YouTube at 9 o'clock. Tuesday night on Instagram, and then Saturday and Sunday mornings on TikTok and Instagram. Okay. Also, we post content daily on our Instagram and TikTok. So don't forget to check us out on our other platforms. Also, this is an interactive live stream, so ask a lot of questions. But before you get into your questions, let's get into this article. Okay. So I got this article earlier this morning. And of course, I had other articles I wanted to share, but this article, of course, was brand new and it popped up first. So I wanted to go over it right away since it was fresh. Okay, let's get into it.
Pause. YouTube didn't, I need to fix something with YouTube really quick. Just give
Oh,
pause.
all right, guys, give me 1 second here. So we're going to go over the, oh, what happened?
Give me a second.
All right, guys, let me get my haterade drink here going on really quick.
Just say, hey, we have technical.
Yeah, we have technical difficulties here. So who is waiting for the market to turn? How much do you need prices to come down for you to be able to afford to buy the house with a payment that you are comfortable with? Remember, guys, because rates, by the way, rates started low this morning, but it got nasty at the end of the day. So we started rates at 5.375 on a conventional loan, and it ended the day at 5.625 to 5.75. Right? It got pretty ugly at the end of the day. Of course, some things happen with Saudi Arabia, with Saudi. Some things also happen with oil. So a lot of crazy things happened that really changed and affected interest rates, which we'll go over in our morning market update. All right. So don't forget to check that out. Okay. So guys, so trust me, we need prices to come down. Okay. So of course, if prices do change right now where rates are at, for every $50,000 prices go down, payments will change $400 a month. Is that enough? If prices do get cut 50,000, or do you need 100,000? 100,000 would change it $800 a month. Will 100,000 be enough? Right? So that's the question people want to know. Hey, if it drops, what will be where? What is a sweet spot where it will allow enough people to buy a home but not drop too low, where a bunch of other people will jump back in the market and push prices up. All right. So let's get into this article here on Redfin. Okay, so let's read this together, guys. We're going to read this together. So I am a slow reader, okay? But we're going to read this together, so bear with me because I want to be wrong. Trust me. I would rather be wrong and see you get a house. I would rather have every troll rub it in my face telling me I'm wrong so that more Americans can get a home. Yes, I believe homes are overpriced, but I also believe we printed 40% of our currency in the past 2 years, which drove up this artificial price, right? But because the money's already injected into the economy, it's really not going anywhere. All right, guys, so I'm hoping I'm wrong. So Redfin reports home buyers regain some control as supply grows and demand pulls back, right? Has demand really pulled back? We're going to find out. So here are some W's for all the haters who hate me or all the people who want the market to crash. Fewer people search for homes for sale on Google. Search during the weekend of May 21st were down 10% from a year ago. Okay, so 10% of home searches are down. I'm surprised it's not more. Rates went from 3% in the beginning of the year all the way into the 5s, and today it might almost hit the 6. So that's only a 10% change. Okay, so the Redfin adjusted Redfin home buyer demand index, a measure of requests for homes, home tours, and other home buying services from Redfin agents, were down 9% year over year the weekend of May 29th. These are just Redfin. Guys, remember, there's more than just Redfin out there when you want to buy a house. So this is not a good sample, right? It says right here, Redfin agents, Redfin services are down 9%. Less than 10% of homes that are purchased or sold in the United States go through Redfin. So this sample is so small. It's not National Association of Real Estate, where it's the complete United States. This is just Redfin service. So when you read this, make sure you read the details. Okay. So here we go again. Touring activities from the first week of January through May 29th was 27% points behind the same period in 2021, according to the home tour technology company Showtime. So there's a company called Showtime. If you're a realtor, I suggest you try it out. So when you want to see a property, a lot of times you'll tell your buyer to go to Showtime to schedule an appointment to see a property. This software is being used. It's popular, but all the realtors out there in the United States, they don't use it. Again, another small sample. The sample is just not big enough, but it's down 27%. So I'll give you that, right? So less than 9. So of course, activity for Redfin agents are down 9%. These home tours are down 27%. Take it as a grain of salt. You decide, is that enough to judge the housing market? You tell me, okay? Home purchase applications were down 14% from a year earlier, okay? Down 1% from last week. So it's down 14%. Like I said, I wish it was down more. It should be down more, right? Interest rates are we went from 3, we almost hit the 6. We almost doubled in the last 5 or 6 months, but only 14%. Come on, there should be more. Okay, so it is down 14%. This is one thing a lot of people don't do. They want to throw in other people's face their facts, but they don't admit someone else's facts. Okay, your fact. Applications are down 14%. I'm gonna take that as a L for me. Okay. Home tours down 27%. I wouldn't take that L because realistically, I didn't know what Showtime was until I saw this article and I looked it up and I asked a handful of people. I didn't have one agent that I talked to today that uses Showtime, right? Not one. They knew about it, but they didn't use the service. And no agent I know works for Redfin that I know personally, right? There's not enough agents that work for Redfin. You're telling me 9% of agents that work for Redfin? Come on, okay? So All right, that's going on with that. Interest rates, we're not going to get into. So those are the W's right there for everyone who thinks it's going to be a buying market and the market is crashing. You tell me, is that enough to give the market to the buyers now, not to the sellers? Is that enough W? Trust me. Like I said, I want prices to come down. I need to buy another home. Also, if prices dip from 700,000 to 500,000, I would put more people into escrow, right? Every lender and every realtor would make more money. By the way, the real estate and not the mortgage industry is tanking right now. It's tanking because there's not enough transaction. Rates are up, so there's no need for refis. If you need money, go get a home equity line of credit, okay? Purchases, there's not enough homes. Sellers aren't selling. I'll go over that in a second. So I want it to happen more than you think. I don't want to, I'd rather be wrong, but have more money and have a second home than be right and be like, you know what? I can't buy a home. I got to leave California and go to Meridian, Idaho, or Boise, which is not a bad place, but those are the places we're looking at, and Nevada. Okay. So let's look at now sellers. Okay. The medium home sale price was up 16% year over year for a record of $400,999, right? So sales prices, right? So home sale prices are up 16% from a year ago. The median asking price of newly listed homes increased 17%. So home for sale, right, is up 17%. And that's where I feel sellers are becoming more delusional. Okay, as interest rates continually rise, buyers just can't afford the payment. And that's why I'm telling you guys, when you're looking at homes, it's not about price, it's not about rate, it's about the payment. So it doesn't matter that prices are high. If prices are at where they're at right now, but rates drop to 3%, trust me, people will be writing offers left and right, right? More and more buyers. So because of where it's at, so that 17% is not sustainable. Okay, here's where it hits you hard in the stomach. And this is where I take this as an L for sellers. Mortgage payments on medium asking price home declined slightly to $23.91. Okay. From a year ago, it was $17.10. That's 40%. So mortgage payments jumped 40%. So of course, more and more buyers are backing out because mortgage payments are up. I can see that as a big L for sellers. But for buyers, if I'm selling my house to upgrading, why would I sell my house in a recession to make a mortgage payment 40% higher? So that's why I'm going to take my house off the market. I'm not going to sell my property. Okay. Yes, there are some that will sell that have a lot of equity. I got to bounce. Okay. And I think the ones that were sitting on the fence, they're jumping off and they're selling right now. Like, you know what? I have tons of equity. Let me buy a house cash in another state, or let me cash out on this property. Not all, but a good amount of them are. Okay. So there's your answer. Pending home sales were down 8% year over year. So pending home sales, not homes prices, home sales. That means the volume of sales are down 8%. There's not enough homes for sale still. Okay. New listings, what everyone, oh my God, there's tons of new listings. New listings of homes for sale were flat from a year earlier. Okay. Flat. There's not abundance of listings like everyone talked about. Active listing, the number of homes listed for sale at any point during the period fell 10% year over year. Active listings fell 10%, right? Like I said, people are like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't pay 40% more. Let me not sell. If people were losing their job, active listings would skyrocket. New listings would skyrocket. As we can tell in the month of May, I think not, right? For everyone who wants to ride or die and live off of Redfin News, this is the Redfin News if you read the fine details, right? Before you pack your family in the car, going out there driving, spending what, $7, $8, $9 a gallon for gas, realize I should have read the article a little bit more thorough. 54% of homes that went under contract had an accepted offer within the first 2 weeks of the market. 54%. That's more than 50%. 39% of homes that went under contract had an accepted offer within 1 week. Okay? Where's the slowdown? maybe price cuts of reality, but offers getting accepted, that hasn't increased. We need that to get to what? 45, 60 days, okay? Remember, you just can't take bits and pieces of an article to try to change, to make changes, to see changes happen. You got to read the whole article, okay? Homes that sold were on the market for a record of 15 days, down from 19 days a year ago. So a year ago this time, it was 19 days. Now it's 15 days. So less inventory people want to list. Payments are up, right? If people were losing their job or there were foreclosures, active listings and new listings should be up, but it's flat or decreasing. So we are in this purgatory where people don't want to sell because payments are up, okay? We'll talk about new construction in a second. A record of 57 homes, a record of 57% of homes sold above listing price. 57%. So that's more than 50%, seems to me, right? It just means when they're offering these prices, they're not going to get the price they want, right? Because it's 17%. They're not going to get that, but they're still getting 1 out of every 2 is going to get above asking price still, okay? So, or listing price. So above 5, on average, 5% of homes for sale each week had a price drop, okay? Overall, 20% dropped their prices in the past 4 weeks. I'll take that L, okay? So 20 out of 100 homes took price drops, but where did the price drop? Did it go below the last comparable sale? We don't know, right? I didn't pull that report up, but from what pre-approval as I'm writing out, there's not some significant drop where, like I said, if prices drop 50 grand, people save 500, 400 bucks a month. I haven't seen a 50 grand drop yet, right? It might be below what they were thinking, but not below the last sale. Okay. Next time you write an offer on a property, right? You look at what their sales, you look at what they're offering and look at the last comparable sale, right? It is very slim to none that house is being sold less than the last comparable sale unless that house is boo. All right. So that right there is the Redfin article I want you guys to read. That's the most recent Redfin release article that, of course, if you're buying a house, your realtor, your lender, you want to investigate, read the fine details before you go out there and pack your car with your family and burn through all that gas money. Of course, if you're not in a position to buy, I think you should rent, renew your lease because it's not going to get any cheaper, and figure out either how to make more money or you might need to move and make some changes. And I'm being honest with you because eventually I want you to be a homeowner, but if you can't, don't stretch yourself too thin, number one, and number two, don't you set yourself up for failure by thinking something's going on, but it's not really going on in the market, okay? So that's that article. Let's talk about new construction here, right? Oh my gosh, man, didn't you say if there's more than 6 months worth of inventory, the market's going to crash, okay? So right now on Redfin, right, there's about 585 active listings. Of course, National Association of Real Estate puts pending listings and active listings together. So homes that have no offers, there's 585,000. That's 1.8 months of inventory on the market, okay? 1.8 months of active. Let's talk about new construction here, okay? Well, man, there's new construction. Let's check this out, okay? New home sales down on rising interest rates, decline affordability. Okay, let's read this article. There's the one, this lady trying to rub in one of my boys' face. I'm like, man, let's read this thing. Okay, let's read this thing together. So this is what they're looking at. In an indication that builders will be slowing construction. So builders are slowing on construction. On new single-family home inventory jumped 9 months supply up 40%. See, there's 9 months supply. The market is crashing, okay? No one read the top part right here, okay? The homes can be in any stage of construction, not yet started. So the supply is not yet started, under construction, or completed, in addition to adjusting for seasonal effect of April reading of 591,000 units in the number of homes that would sell if the pace continues for the next 12 months. So if it stays at this pace, It looks like the pace is slowly dying down, so that 591 can be dipping, okay? So 591,000 homes are either have a purchase contract, have a deposit, can be completed or not completed. So you're judging your 9 months off of that, okay? So right now there is 444,000 available homes for sale. You're like, what? There's still 444,000 homes for sale. What are you talking about, man? However, this is from the National Association of Home Builders, by the way. However, just 38,000 of those homes are completed and ready to occupy. So you're telling me you are counting the 9 months of supply off of homes that are not built? Fam, do you guys know what a ghost fart is? A ghost fart is when you smell it, but you never see it. So you're counting properties that are not done yet. Right? There's supply chain issues. The seller has a chance to also back out and return. The builder can back out and return your deposit. Right? Interest rates are up. Will the person who qualified for that new build still qualify later on? We don't know. So you can't count inventory that's not completed. Yes, there is 9 months. They're on pace of 591,000. There is 444,000 for sale, but only 38,000 is completed. So if you add all these numbers together, there's about 2.2 or maybe 2 months worth of supply out there to purchase. Like I said, until you see month 6 or even a growing number, we're in 4 month 5, and it's growing every month. I can see that, but it's not there right now. Yes. Or is this market inflated? I completely agree. But you're going to have, if you want to buy a home, you're going to have to pay. The reason why we printed all this money, what do you expect to happen? Did you get a stimulus check? Did you cash a stimulus check? Did you get unemployment money, right? All that money that was filtered through our economy is pushing payments to where it's at. I wish they taught us this back when we were in high school, on how inflation works, right? How monetary policy works, how fiscal policy works, but they didn't. So that's why we have so many people who don't understand. They're sitting there saying that market is overpriced by 20 to 30%. I do not disagree. I own up to that. But I also know we printed all this money, and all that money is released, and all these wealthy people who absorbed a lot of this money as well, right? Hedge funds, BlackRock, JP Morgan, right? These two big hedge funds out in Canada, they bought, and interest rates are so low, right? They dropped the rates. So when they dropped the rates, consumers bought homes. When they dropped the rates, these big banks borrowed the money at even a lower interest rate, right? They borrowed these big corporations, right? Institutions, they borrowed money at a cheaper rate, and they bought these homes cash, and they turned them into rentals, okay? So, do we have a 9 month supply? No. Yes, we do. If you count homes that are not built, but homes that are built, 38,000. But it's harder for builders right now to build new homes. Okay. Interest rates are skyrocketing. They can't pass on the cost onto these buyers anymore because rates are too high. Of course, if rates weren't so high, they can probably pass on some of this cost. Let's look here. Another article, builders fight for the American dream during National Home Ownership Month. If you check out the details, building material prices are up 19.2% year over year and have risen 35.6% since the start of the pandemic. Okay, according to the latest producer price index reports released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. In addition, tariffs of Canadian lumber shipments. By the way, our government can lift those tariffs if they wanted to, but they're not doing anything. I read Biden's Build Back, and I read his new building more homes, right? X amount more homes in the next 5 years. He didn't talk about lifting this Canadian lumber shipment. This tariff of Canadian lumber. If they lifted it, it would bring down prices into the U.S. and production bottlenecks have fueled lumber price volatility, which has added more than $18,600 to the price of homes. So builders, of course, can't absorb that price. Also, cost of labor. But they can't pass it on to the buyer either because interest rates are so high. So that's why builders are going to cool off. They're not cooling off because they're taking L's. They're cooling off so they don't take L's, right? This is going to solve, raising of rates are going to solve one issue, but it's going to create another issue. If builders don't build, we won't have enough homes. Because of the crash in 08, 09, builders stopped building. That's why we're in the predicament we're in. So as rates continually climb, builders don't build because material, labor, right? Supply chains. it's really going to affect us down the road because they're not going to build homes for a cool minute, right? So moral of the story is read the fine print before you decide to buy or not buy. If you read these articles and you want to believe them, read the fine print. Know the details so you're out there shopping with confidence if you're ready to buy. If you're not ready to buy, do not buy. If you are living at home, saving $2,000, $2,500 a month, do not buy a home. Make sure you know how to invest it and make yourself money, okay? But if you're not living at home and you can't save that money, right? And you don't know where to put your money, buying a home is a safer investment, right? Because like I said, they're not building more homes. You're outpacing inflation. By the way, if you look statistically, failures of businesses, right? The success of business, you have a higher chance. You have a higher chance to becoming a successful homeowner and building equity than starting a business. Most businesses, right, fail the first 3 to 5 years. So would you rather gamble with your money and build a, I'm not saying don't go out and build a business. If you know you're going to be successful or you know some in or you have a high probability, you have financial security, then start a business. But if you're taking the money to buy a home, to start a business, the chance or even a higher risk. Why would you take that risk unless you know what you're doing? Okay. So read the fine details, know what you're talking about before you before you go out there and decide I'm not going to buy a home or I'm going to buy a home because I read the title of some report. Okay. Actually, give me 1 second here, guys. Let me see this one report here. Andy. Let me see if I can send you this report and you can post it for me really. Let me see here. Where is it at here? Let's see here. Where is this at here? Okay, here we go. Let me read this. Guys, let me put this up for you guys really quick. For everyone who said, I'm not going to buy a home, I'd rather own a business. Let me see here. It's in meeting notes. Okay, it's in meeting notes.
Yeah.
Put up this article on meeting notes, guys. So check out this one last article here on meeting notes, and we'll wrap it up.
Let me do it.
Okay. So.
Wait.
Okay. For everyone here, I really appreciate everyone who's been watching, and I want you guys to understand this information before you go ahead and give up on buying a home. If you're not in a position to buy, do not buy. Okay. So it says right here, this is from Investopedia. Okay. It's often said that more than half of new businesses failed during the first year. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, this isn't necessarily true. 20% of new business failed during the first 2 years of being open. 20% first 2 years. 45% in the first 5 years. 65% don't make it to 10 years. So if you have that money, would you rather invest in your business with a higher chance? If you're willing to take that risk, and if you want to be self-employed, great. But if you're a wage earner, look at it. Would you they say buying a home is a gamble in this market. Oh my God, prices are overpriced. Yes, they are overpriced, but we printed all this money. You cannot deny that fact, right? Everyone who's saying that homes are overpriced, they forget, they're denying that fact. But you also can't deny the fact that opening a business is a gamble that people do all the time becoming successful. So buying a home, the chance of risk of failing is a lot less. So homeownership is still strong in this market. All right, guys. Hopefully that helps you guys out. That concludes it. Let's get some Q&A here. How did I do, Andy? Clear today? All right, let's get into it. All right, let's get into it, guys. What up, Gus? How you doing? Hi, Dad. I'm gonna wait until prices come down. Good job, Brenda. Prices need to drop $15,000 to $20,000. So if prices drop $20,000, it's not going to even change the payment $200, by the way. What up, Brenda? Joanna, we bought a home and at asking price closed June 27th. Congratulations, Joanna. If you lock the rate is, for example, 5.625 and it will expire soon, you know the rates will be lower than 5.625. Can you not extend? Yes. So beat them, right? Beat them. So if you lock in an interest rate and it expires, right? Technically, the lender will let you grab the new rate automatically. Some lenders might be a little ghetto and they might be a little squirrely where they're going to charge you for that. But the truth is, lenders change your locks all the time without telling you. And I'm just keeping it 100. I'm probably going to get shot after this, right? So a lender, let's say they lock in your rates. Rates got better. they will give you that lock that you locked and say that you can't change, and they'll go sell it to another lender, another investor, or lock it with someone else that pays them more money because rates got better. So you should do the same. Okay. Lenders, the locking is another story, but like, yes, you can do it. All right. You shouldn't have to pay. If you do, reach out to another lender. We learned about inflation in economics in high school. I see this coming when all those stimmies were getting deposited. Erica, I'm glad you understand that. All right, Brenda. Awesome. Thank you, Anthony. Guys, hopefully you understand that when you have articles thrown at you, if you feel like, hey, I shouldn't buy, or I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that, read the fine details. Of course, end of the day, it's your conviction and what you believe in. Okay. I'm not here to rub in anyone's face that they're not buying a home. If you're not in a position to buy, you know, I'm hoping you're renting, you're saving a lot of money. You're going to be a millionaire, billionaire because you didn't buy a home. I wish that for you. But for those of you who could afford to buy, don't let fear mongering, don't let the unknown scare you, right? Home ownership, I'm telling you, is the greatest thing because imagine, what are you going to do 30 years from now? Okay, if you don't buy a home. So if you pay $2,500 a month for rent and all these people who are naysayers, 30 years from now, if inflation is at 3% a year, did you know your rent will be $6,000 a month? So if you don't buy a home 30 years from now, if you don't start the process now, 30 years from now, $6,000 a month. That's $72,000 a year. Do you have enough in your retirement to cover $72,000 a year in rent? Think about it, right? So hopefully this helps you guys out. Angela, husband bought a primary residence in 2020. Wife is not on the loan. Can wife buy another primary residence just for herself and have her husband co-sign, assuming they qualify for both payments? Yeah, you can buy owner occupied. You can rent out the current property and buy it together, Angela. There's no problem with doing that. All right. Hopefully that helps you out. All right. All right, DJ. Yeah, man, hit me up, DJ. Oh yeah, Mark, hit me up. I called you earlier, man. You thought I was just a bot? Come on, guy. All right, guys. I thank you, everyone who watched tonight. We want to end all our episodes with our attitude is gratitude. Without you, there is no us. So thank you guys so much and have a great night.
Before you end, I need you to say this, man.
Yeah.
Say thank you for the stars on Facebook, Geraldo, Brenda, Michelle, and Gus.
Oh, thank you for the stars on Facebook to Brenda, Geraldo, Michelle,
and Gus.
And Gus, thank you guys so much for all the stars. Thank you for all the love. Also, if you do need to get a hold of us, don't forget, you can give us a call, 714-790-9697. You can email us info@whatsamortgage.com. Myself or my team will get to it. If you reach my team and you do want to talk to me, hey, I want to talk to Min, they will get you over to me. But if you want to deal with my team, they are fully equipped to help you out. All right, guys? Don't forget, 714-790-9697. Give us a call. All right, guys.